Welcome everyone to week 8 of the 2002 NFL Europe season, getting down to the business end of the season with 3 rounds left, and our first game is Frankfurt Galaxy, who are, as you've seen in the table before, 6-1, and they take on one of the teams that can be in the final effectively with them, Amsterdam Admirals, who are 4-3. Frankfurt just need to win this game and they will be through to the World Bowl at the end of the season. So Amsterdam, their scoring points are 11-25 and Frankfurt is 11-24, and Amsterdam will receive first, so they could actually score off a kick-off return. Let's have a look. No, they don't. So 26 is a turnover play, and it's a blue and green dice, and it's blue is first, so an 11, so they fumble on their first possession, and Frankfurt cannot return that fumble, but they will get a +10, so they'll move up to 34 on this. 15 is a score and 23 is a field goal, so Frankfurt, who need just a win to get through to the World Bowl final, they will kick off. Let's see if there's a return. There isn't. So Amsterdam, 26 is a turnover, 14 is another fumble, so again Frankfurt will get an extra 10 for good field position. 51, they're going to turn it over, and 13 is they're going to fumble. A lot of fumbles in this game so far, and they don't get a return on a fumble, but they will get a +10. 61 is a turnover, 23 is a punt, and that will bring the end of the first quarter, and Frankfurt lead Amsterdam 3-0. So Frankfurt get the ball for the start of the second quarter. 45 is a turnover, and 45 Frankfurt will punt. Amsterdam 45, so they will turn over, this time at 21, and they will also punt the ball back. A lot of to and fro, and the weather conditions are not good for this game today. Frankfurt 46 is a turnover, and a 41 they will punt the ball. Amsterdam's last possession of the half. 52 is a turnover, 66, and they're going to miss a field goal. That could have tied the game up, but it will give good field position to Frankfurt for the last play of the half. 36 is still not going to be good enough to score, and 16 is a punt, and that will bring the first half of the game to a close, and it's a low scoring affair with Frankfurt leading Amsterdam by 3-0. So here at the start of the second half, Frankfurt will receive, and on their first play 45 is going to turn it over, and it's going to be a fumble. So Amsterdam, with good field position, will now move to 35 for a score. 62 and a 14, they're going to fumble the ball as well. Not good conditions for holding on to the ball. Frankfurt 33 is a turnover, 36 is going to be intercepted, and an 11-13 will give us a touchdown return by Amsterdam. No, but they will get the extra 10 on their points range for good field position. 23 is going to be a score. 14 is a touchdown run for Amsterdam. So Amsterdam will take a 7-3 lead, and they need to win this game to really stay in contention. They could still make it to the final, but it will secure Frankfurt's final if they get there. Frankfurt 3-7. 61 is a turnover, 35 is going to be another interception, So can they get an interception return here? No, they can't, but they get good field position. Amsterdam 51-26, so they punt the ball back. That was the end of the period, so 7-3, and Amsterdam punt the ball at the start of the fourth period. Frankfurt 54-14, they're gonna punt back. Amsterdam 36-16, and they're going to punt, so they need to score. .46, they're not going to score. 25, they're going to punt back to Amsterdam, so Amsterdam will run the clock out here. The last play, they're going to score. 53 is going to be a touchdown pass. Extra point is good, so a final touchdown at the end of the game, and Frankfurt lose to Amsterdam 14-3, and that will keep everybody's hopes alive with the exception of the Scottish Claymores. We'll be back shortly for game 2. So game 2 of week 8 sees the Rhein Fire travel to Barcelona to play the Barcelona Dragons. Rhein Fire are 4-3 and are still in contention, in good contention to make it to the World Bowl final, but as you've seen, Amsterdam have won today, so they really need to win to stay in contention. Barcelona Dragons are 3-4 and they're still in contention, but a defeat today would make it very difficult. They'd need 2 wins in the last 2 games, and then they'd need Amsterdam to lose. So here we go with game 2, and its scoring ranges here: Rhein 11-26, Barcelona 11-24, and Barcelona will receive first, and they could get a touchdown return. 12, they needed 11, and the other number would have needed to be 62, so they got 12 and 63, so they didn't. So let's see what happens in this first play. 25, just outside the scoring range, 25, so they're going to punt the ball to Rhein. These two met earlier, and Rhein Fire won 21-16 earlier in the season. 34 is a turnover. 45, and Rhein are going to punt the ball back, so Barcelona with the ball. Their second drive, 14 is going to be a scoring drive, 16 is going to be a field goal. So Barcelona take the lead 3-0. Really a must-win game for them. It's going to be very difficult if they don't. In fact, they won't be able to, because Rhein will be above them, will always end up above them on head-to-head. 56 for Rhein is a turnover. 44 is a punt. And with the final drive of this period, Barcelona, 51 is a turnover. 16, they're going to punt it back, and the first period ends with Barcelona leading 3-0 against Rhein Fire. Rhein Fire start the second period with their first drive, 32-66. They're going to miss a field goal, which gives good position to Barcelona. 15 is a score. 35 is going to be a touchdown pass, and the extra point is automatically good, so a 10-0 lead now for Barcelona. Rhein Fire 53-21, that's going to be a punt, so they punt the ball back to Barcelona. Remember, Rhein need to win this because Amsterdam won earlier against the hot favourites Frankfurt Galaxy. Barcelona 24 is a score. 66 is going to be a field goal. So Barcelona extend their lead to 13-0, and with the final drive of the period, Rhein fire 64-36. Rhein fire are going to have the ball intercepted, and the interception can be returned between 11 and 13, but it is not, so the period ends. Barcelona had another 10 points to their score to lead at half time, 13-0. So as we start the second period, Rhein will receive, and they could return this, but they do not. So with their first play, Rhein 46 20 42, so they're going to punt. Barcelona 56 is a turnover, 25 they're going to punt the ball back to Rhein. Rhein need to make a score soon. .22, and that is a score. 22 is going to be a touchdown run, and the extra point is good, so 7-13 now. Barcelona lead. Barcelona's play here, 41 is a turnover, 24, and they're going to punt that back to Rhein, who will have the last possession of the period, third period. 31 is a turnover, 62 is a punt, so at the end of the third period, Barcelona have pulled a touchdown back, but trail by 7-13. So Barcelona, as we start the fourth period, turn the ball over, and they punt the ball back to the Rhein fire. Rhein looking for a touchdown to take them into the lead. 21 is a score, 53 is a touchdown pass, and that will give Rhein a 14-13 lead. Late in the game, Barcelona 63-24, they're turned over, and they will punt the ball back. Rhein fire, a touchdown here will seal the game. 35 is not a touchdown, 26 they're going to punt the ball back, so with the last possession, Barcelona need to score here. 31, and they're not going to score. 33, they end up punting the ball away, and the game will end with Rhein fire beating the Barcelona Dragons 14-13, and that will make it very difficult for Barcelona. In fact, Barcelona will be eliminated with this score. We'll be back for the third and final game of this week very shortly. Welcome back to game 3 of week 8 of this NFL Europe 2002 season, and we have the visiting Scottish Claymores, who are the only team that before the start of this week were eliminated with a 1-6 record, and they face for the first time this season the 3-4 Berlin Thunder, and Berlin need to win this game to stay in contention. Let me just check how they've fared against the other teams. They've lost to Frankfurt, but they would be over Rhein fire if they equal their points total, their games record, because they've beaten Rhein fire twice this season. So Rhein and Berlin could be a deciding factor. Scoring ranges 11-25 for Scottish Claymores, 11-25 for Berlin. Berlin will be receiving the ball, so let's see how this game starts. 51 is a turnover, 41 is going to be an interception, and the Claymores are very good at intercepting return interceptions. 23, but not this time, but they will get the good field position. 65 is a turnover, 53 is going to be a punt, so the ball is punted by the Claymores back to Berlin. Berlin 13 will score, 22 will be a touchdown run, and the extra point is automatically good, so 7-0 for Berlin. The Claymores cannot return the kickoff, so 42 is a turnover, 55 they're going to punt. And the final play of this first period in game 3 of week 8, Berlin will score again. 54 is going to be a touchdown pass, and at the end of the first period the Claymores are trailing 14-0. Their season has just been an awful season, and it looks like they're going to continue. Second period is about to begin. The Claymores receive the ball, and it's going to be a turnover, 61. They're going to punt the ball back to Berlin. And Berlin 36 will lose the ball by punting the ball back to the Claymores. The Claymores need to get something on the board, try and do something about this situation, but they're not going to be able to do it this possession. With a 25 they're going to punt the ball away back to Berlin, and the Berlin Thunder 31 and the 36, they will get the ball intercepted. Can the Claymores do something about this? They can't, but they will get the extra field position. Unfortunately it's not going to help them, because they're going to actually be themselves intercepted, and this time Berlin 11-13. Oh, it's a 14, so the half ends with no score in that second period, and Scottish Claymores trail Berlin Thunder 14-0 at the end of the first half. So the Claymores are going to receive the ball at the start of this second half. It's going to be, possession is going to be lost, and it's going to be punted away to Berlin. Berlin, they will give possession away. This time it will be intercepted. So can the Claymores get on the ball with the return of the interception? No, they can't. But they will score with the good field position, and it will be a field goal. So it's 3-14 now. Berlin will lose the ball back, and it will be a fumble. No fumble return for a touchdown for the Claymores, so they will play the ball, but it will be good field position. They can't take advantage of that, and they will punt the ball away to end the period. But Scottish Claymores get on the score sheet, still trailing 14-3 as we start the fourth period of the game. Berlin, on their first drive, lose the ball, and it's a missed field goal, which gives good field position to Scottish Claymores. Can they fight back here? And they will score. 56 will be another field goal. This is not good enough for them though. They only have one more play, so they're not going to be able to do anything about this. Claymores are going to fall to 1 and 7. Berlin with a 33 and a 21, they will punt the ball away. Claymores with a 25 will score. 51 will be a touchdown pass. And so now they will go for an onside kick. And what they have to do for an onside kick is they've got to be doubles on the red and white, and it isn't, so Berlin will recover the ball and they will turn the ball over with a punt, but the game clock expires, and so by the narrowest of margins the Claymores lose to Berlin Thunder 14-13. That first period where all the scoring for Berlin came has cost the Claymores the game, and Berlin continue to look towards maybe getting into the World Bowl final. But that's the end of week 8 of this season. Week 9 will be coming up, but stay tuned for the results roundup and the new table. Until then, goodbye.